David, take us away, man. This is episode 12.
What's going on, everybody? David here, and today we got a brand new episode for y'all. And this time, this is episode 12 of the Savage Podcast, and I am here with my good buddies, Kevin, or Harry, Sandman PR Vlogs, and Kevin, the Tattoo Toy Hunter. So, guys, welcome aboard. It's time for us to kickstart this episode 12. It's been too long.
Special holiday edition of the Savage Podcast.
It's been too long since the last time we did an episode, so not much happening here, guys. We're just gonna play it by ear. So we'll just start off what we normally would start off. We'll talk about our week, and then we'll take it from there. So Kevin, why don't you go ahead and kickstart this episode off and let us know how your week's been and how your Thanksgiving was.
All right. Well, I had a great Thanksgiving. I actually had the day off.
Nice.
And, this was the very first year for my family that I actually officially take over hosting and cooking Thanksgiving dinner and the whole Thanksgiving day. My parents they're in their 70s. They've been doing it a long time, and they couldn't wait for one of their kids to finally grow up and take over this event. So we did, and it was great. Everything came out good.
That's awesome.
I was very proud of my turkey because I've made a turkey. I've only made a couple turkeys ever,
It's a lot of work, isn't it?
It's a lot of work, a lot of prep, and I haven't had much luck because the turkey I bought was huge, so it took 5 days to defrost. Like, there's a lot to it, But it came out amazing, and I was very happy. My wife made the desserts from scratch. They came out amazing. We had a good time with the family. It was a lot of fun.
Awesome.
So I have to say it was a great Thanksgiving. Very happy.
That's awesome, buddy. I'm glad to hear it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, Harry, how about you?
Well, I took the little woman to see her side. We went down to Virginia, and we had some Thanksgiving with them, and it was real good. It was a day trip, though. Had to make that drive back and forth in the same day. It kind of ate up half the day, but it was good nonetheless. And anytime she gets to kick back with her siblings and her dad, it was always a good thing. And the food, pretty awesome. So yeah. As far as what we did here this past Thursday, we just kind of had just stay home, and we did curbside through Bob Evans. Didn't cook. We took the lazy route. And I still have to go visit my family in Virginia as well. So I got that coming sooner or later.
All right. Sounds great.
It was good to be off. It was good to be off. So it was a good one.
Yeah. It's always great to have time off, no matter whether it's a day or 2 days.
Amen to that.
I mean, we work all these hours, deserve a little me time or rest time,
Yeah. And for Kevin to not be on call, what a rare occurrence that is.
I took that day off.
They didn't try and get you over there in Corpus?
I think they did, but they didn't fight it. They knew that I meant business when I couldn't.
Well, I did celebrate my 11th anniversary with my wife.
Oh.
Tuesday was the official day, but I had to work that day, so I wasn't able to take off because I had used most of my vacation time in the beginning and middle of the year. But hey, it happens, it was for reasons. But anyways, so I did work the first 3 days of the week, and then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I had off. As far as the holidays goes, Thanksgiving was actually surprisingly well. We actually had a more traditional Thanksgiving than normal the past few years, basically because, on my side of the family, especially my parents, they're like parents' age. They're like in the late 70s, and they still host Thanksgiving, surprisingly. And we would like to eventually, one of us, because there's like 4 of us. I got 2 sisters and a brother, so hopefully one day we'll be able to take over. Don't know when that would be, but knowing my parents, they're very active, and they're pretty much fit for their age, and so they're pretty much active when it comes to a lot of things. So as long as they still want to do it, hey, who are we to argue? But anyways, like I said, it was more of a traditional given the previous years because, like I said, uh, we're older now and we're kind of more health conscious, and we've actually been trying to be. But I think this year it's just like an effort moment, and we just had the regular traditional ham, turkey, mac and cheese, all that
yeah.
stuff. Yeah, and we had a buttload of desserts like sweet potato pie, pecan pie, apple pie. All the essentials that go with that as well. But other than that, this past Saturday, my wife and I was able to celebrate our 11th anniversary. We did actually, let me backtrack. On Tuesday, we did give each other gifts, and so I got a Jurassic World or Jurassic Park theme, anniversary gift. So I was able to get a Jurassic Park ring. Added another Jurassic Park or Jurassic World dinosaur to my collection. Got a long sleeve Jurassic Park shirt because the one that I had, the short sleeve one, had a hole in it. So it was time to replacement for the time being. And also I got some T-Rex slippers. Not Jurassic Park thing, but they're dinosaur slippers. So house shoes, So
Nice.
excited about that. So that's been fun to wear throughout the time that we're off. But now back to this past Saturday, we did go out to eat. We ate our pretty much our number one spot, Johnny Carino's. It's a Italian restaurant here in town, and we love that restaurant. So if you love Italian food, and if you guys are ever in town here in Denton, uh, I'll take you out there because that's a great spot to eat. And also, we did go to Movie Trading Company, and I will show you my haul when we get to that portion of the video. But yeah, other than that, aside that, it's been pretty good. Do need to get some things fixed on the car here again. So kind of things that need to be upkept. So that's
No joke, right? Never ending adulting duties.
yeah. And so, but other than that, everything's pretty good. Not bad, not bad. I had a pretty good weekend so far. So.
Let's start our show and tell, shall we, Kevin?
Absolutely. I'd like to add that I love Johnny Carino's. We have one, and I
Oh.
like to get the fire sticks as an appetizer. You ever had the fire sticks?
No,
They're just like they look like real rolled
loaded
up.
nachos.
They're hot. They're good.
Yeah.
Everybody's got that go-to appetizer that you always order the same one
Yeah.
because you're not willing to venture to something different.
Right.
Because when you go to your favorite restaurant, we all have that appetizer that we're stuck on, and we don't want to take chances and order something that we're not going to enjoy as much. So we always we're creatures of habit.
It's safe. It's a safe bet. All right. So as far as like toy pickups this week, or the past 2 weeks, I should say, I got quite a bit of stuff. I got a lot of, like you had mentioned earlier when we were talking, I got a lot of carded Toy Biz as well. I've got a bunch of loose vintage figures from the 80s and 90s. One of the biggest pickups is going to be this Select Juggernaut, though. I usually avoid buying these. I don't have many of them at full price. This one I got at $30 plus tax. It was like $34.
Right.
I love this guy. He's so
That's a really good going rate for him.
Yeah.
He goes for a lot more than that normally at conventions.
Yeah. I've seen him at $40-50 usually.
It's rare to find him in a comic book store under $40. So you did good, bro.
Yeah, I'm very happy. I'm probably gonna eventually open him up.
You should, man. He's amazing in hand.
Yeah, the sculpt is crazy.
But you gotta be careful with Diamond Selects. There are so many twisty ties on there.
Oh yeah, I cut them. I usually cut them.
Just cut them. Yeah, you're better off doing that because if you try to untwist those,
he looks the exact same as that one. I have that one too.
Yeah, this is my go-to Juggernaut, so I don't need a Select. I might get the Toy Biz Legend, but other than that, this is what I need. This is all I
That
need.
one still has its coolness for what it is.
I think I have that one carded somewhere.
There was something revolutionary about walking to a KB toy store and seeing those X-Men and Marvel cards. That section that KB Toy had were just Toy Biz figures.
Yeah.
And the cards were so drastically different than anything else. The colors, the logos, and the way the figures look, the amount of accessories you got. Like, it was, if you watch Dave's videos, so many of those came with like little buddy characters and stuff.
Yeah.
That's an accessory. And
Yeah, you can't find those. I mean, it's hard to find those complete. You know, that's why I always mention. I'd be like, when I go with the little buddy characters, I'd be like, half the time these be lost. You know, people be trying to sell it. You know, you want the complete thing, and normally
Turtles had a lot of little sidekicks as well as accessories. You get anything new turtle wise, Kev, lately? Anything new for the TMT?
I don't think I have anything new. I got a lot of loose without accessory stuff. I pick them up every time I find them. So
I know you're on a quest to get all soft heads again, right? On the original four.
yeah, I think I have one. I think I have Raphael Softhead. I think that's the
What's that? People are posting that they're finding a 4-pack.
Yeah, it's
with
$40.
Original turtles, and they're not the white. They're not white.
Yeah, it's the GameStop exclusive. It's the 88. They're basically reprints of the 88s. They're exact copy of them.
Soft head and all?
I'm not sure if they're soft hit or not. My GameStop has 5 or 6 of those packs, but they're $40. I kind of didn't want to drop.
Do they come with the original weapon racks that you had to pull the weapons out of?
They come with the weapons. I'm not sure about the racks. They come with the
You remember that, Dave?
Yeah.
Having to actually cut that little bit of extra plastic off of your handle and stuff because it was in that.
I wonder how many.
It out. You got like a little tab left over.
I wonder how many people actually use the actual weapon rack as far as the display. I don't think.
Never.
Actually,
I think it was just a way to keep them all together for the manufacturer.
But you can actually use them that's what it's for. You use it as a weapon.
To display the weapons when they're not using them? I never know that. That part got thrown away. I
didn't know is that you could actually display your weapons with that.
Yeah.
So
I wanted that 4-pack. I just couldn't drop the cash on it.
No, I'd wait till clearance. You know, that's what I would do.
GameStop's going to be closing a bunch of stores come springtime.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What about you, Harry? What'd you get?
Well, on my last upload, I did a video on getting this guy. Seen it a few times in the past, passed on it. But now that I have the 80-year Hulk, the one that comes with Wolverine, I really wanted a big, large enemy that was worthy of a Hulk of that quality. And there's just like the Build-A-Figure Abomination doesn't equal what this thing does, the Select. So there's a few characters that I don't mind swapping selects for Marvel Legends. And the bigger, like Kevin says with Juggernaut in his instance, these are characters when they draw them in the books, they take a full panel to draw the size of these things. These are larger than life characters. So that's why the selects, I feel that they scale really well with the 6-inch Legends.
With the big characters, yeah. Like if you get a Wolverine, that's ridiculous.
The humanoid,
Spider-Man,
yeah, kind of look a little
big.
They don't mesh well. If you're going to do only select humans, that looks fine.
Got a big
but if you start mixing, like especially their females, they're really big.
They're too big.
They're huge.
My brother actually bought me last year. He bought me the Select Black Widow, and she
looks like a dude, right?
She works everybody, yeah.
Yeah, if you put her next to a Legend, she's like beefier.
Yeah.
Not like the actual. But if you put her next to the other Select Avengers,
yeah, then she's
okay. Would be right. They're 1 inch larger. They're like 7-inch scale. Like,
yeah.
I'm thinking Hasbro has something to do with that.
The big guys look good. Like that Select Colossus looks great in a.
Yeah, he scales well.
Beast. The big guys are okay.
Yeah, that's one thing I have to give credit with Toy Biz and their Legends because they got them in scale proportionally where they're supposed to be. they're not all 6 inch or 7 inch. They're some are smaller than others where they should be. That's what I admire about that. Excuse me. That's one thing I admire about Toy Biz and how they did their legends. With Hasbro, they're all 6 inches. The same scale and stuff. So it looks a little odd, but everybody's got their preference and stuff. So
Yeah.
Well, I guess I'll go ahead and show off what I got. Y'all, unless if y'all have anything else, you want to share. No? Okay. Well, majority of my stuff came from either the Walmart app or I just found them at the store in person and had to match the app. So the first thing I got, one of the first things I got, is this Dual Attack Suchomimus. And I did a review video on that, so if y'all haven't checked it out, please do. So pretty much almost everything I'm going to show, I pretty much did a video on. So it's up on my YouTube channel, so go ahead and check those reviews out. And then I got me the Quatlas. And this is a very large pterosaur, and goes very well in scale with the 3 1/4 figure. So you can tell how large this thing. Let me back this thing up. See how big my hand is compared to this thing. So this thing, it's
a big old flying dinosaur.
Yeah, this is a Mega Dual Attack one of the larger ones, and I was able to get the Suchomimus, the regular Dual Attack, for like $9.99, and so I was able to save half off.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, bud.
I did go to Target, and I did pick up these two. Excuse me. I did pick up these two smaller attack packs from the Primal Attack Wave, the newest Jurassic World assortment that they just now trickling in. So these are the smaller versions. These are like $7.99.
Those come in a 2-pack together?
No. These are individual.
Oh, those individual.
Goes on these. So this is the Colovosaurus right here, and it's like a iguanodontic species that's not fairly well known, but they don't have an actual skeleton for it that's like complete that could be identified as what it is. So
he looked like he was other dinosaurs' lunch.
This one is the Ornitholestes. These are like a smaller, like dinosaurs, kind of like compies, that we see in the.
Yeah, I remember.
They're a little bit.
They were kind of like pack oriented.
Yeah, they're a little bit larger than the compies. And here's the one that I mentioned that my wife got me. I love this thing.
Whoa.
He's the most unique.
And it's like a large sauropod.
Neat. So it's the same as like a Brachiosaurus and a Brontosaurus style.
Yes.
In the body type.
So it has that head,
huge wing.
So what's up with the fins then?
These cells, and you know what? Scientists and paleontologists don't really know much about before, but it's unique. I know that
definitely looks different for sure.
Yeah, but it's got to be some kind of defense.
So,
pretty happy with it though, with that particular.
Yeah, it's a heavy figure. It's very weighty.
That's good.
But he's unique. You don't see that.
Say that again.
He's very unique looking. He sticks out.
And so the stuff that I got from Walmart.com recently, here's the first one. Y'all seen my review of the Plesiosaurus. This is the Savage Strike. So
that's Nessie.
Swimming action.
I really enjoyed your review on that, where you show the size comparison of an adult human being and one of those.
Because a lot of times with a lot of collectors, when they collect stuff like this, they like to have it in scale, and not all the time they're always going to be in scale.
No.
I know Mattel's trying to make an effort to do that, to kind of fit, in scale with the human figures that they produce. And, like stuff like the Ornitholestes, they're not going to be in scale. That's why they're a bit larger. So that's why I always try to make sure that you can get an estimate size of it, and bring out like a 6-inch figure to kind of show you what it would be like if you wanted to add to your collection, because people, all they want stuff to go with their 6-inch figures, or they just want stuff that goes with their 3 3/4 figures. So can't make everybody happy, but at least you have options. But here's one that I also got, that the very elusive battle damaged plesiosaurus. So I finally was able to snag this. This had a lot of people had trouble getting this one. It kind of reminded everybody of the Spinogate last year, when everybody was going crazy for the Spinosaurus from the Legacy Collection, and it was an online thing, and they couldn't find it in stores. The only way you could ever get it is like overseas, or if you knew somebody like from Australia or the UK or maybe perhaps Mexico, you buy it off of them, or you make a trade with them. But I was lucky enough to get this off of Walmart app. So it's just one of those things where I had to check every 30 minutes, and it would bring up like maybe 3 in stock at a time, and then you just grab it if you could, if you're lucky enough. So was able to happy to grab that, and was able to get this, and so now I can do reviews for both of them, the Pteranodon, and lastly, was able to get the Control and Conquer Carnotaur.
Whoa,
So,
man!
I do have a video up, so check that out if you haven't seen that one.
Definitely will. He's very detailed.
Yeah, I do a demonstration on it and stuff on the video and everything. So,
do you have an older version of that dinosaur to compare it to?
I do. Excellent.
In your video, do you do it in the review?
Yes, I do.
Excellent. I look forward to seeing it.
And basically, that's pretty much it.
It's a pretty good, favorable size haul there, bud.
Mm-hmm. So that's over the course past couple of weeks, so, all right. So, does anybody have any toy news? Anything that's coming out soon that anybody would share?
Not really. I see that like the Legends people, apparently the Fat Thor wave is just slowly trickling one character at a time out. That's how people are getting them, one a week or so. So that's a slow
What's up
thing.
with that? That's weird.
Yeah, I don't know what.
New Dog found the whole wave in his Walmarts in Georgia, several like over a month ago.
Yeah, he's one of the.
He found the entire case, 2 entire waves. Oh, he's got 2 Dude Thors.
Is that when he used to have a channel?
Yeah. Yeah, he's trying the Instagram and Facebook thing now.
I kind of liked when he was doing the plumbing how-tos. Those are pretty popular videos, to be honest with you.
He shouldn't have deleted that channel. He worked hard on that.
Yeah, maybe there's a way he parked it without deleting it. It just doesn't.
I hope so. I would love to see him back. I think he made a new channel, actually.
Oh, did he?
Toys. And his subscriber count is not the same.
Well, I bet. It takes a while to build that kind of size. It's slow going.
I'll miss him for sure.
Yeah. Well, he's a very good reviewer. I mean, if you stay up to date with the modern stuff, that dude would spend some major bucks. He had the biggest pack, like the 3-packs and the 2-packs. He was always on it. Yeah, so.
Yeah.
Can't do that. The Jurassic World is my big hole, and now Lantern is another one that it's getting me. So I have to buy time between Lantern and Jurassic World, aside from my vintage stuff.
Some of those Lantern, like the cheaper stuff, is more expensive because it's cheaper. You buy more figures and it adds up.
Yeah. There's more of them.
Yeah.
At that price point, and then you look at the total cost.
Yeah,
you could have had,
you throw in
something premium. Like but I'm glad Dave likes them. I know both of y'all like them animals and such.
I'm kind of excited for that alien. I want to see what they look like, those alien waves.
Oh yeah, that's pretty cool that they're doing that. That's a huge license for them.
Yeah. I don't know about all the colored aliens, but I like the characters.
Imagine
I heard rumors that Disney has plans to reboot the Alien franchise, and giving the original Ridley Scott creative control over it.
Oh, that's cool.
He would be a producer, not director, though. Because
Right,
he's getting up there.
He would have some input as far
He's
as
getting up there in the years because his ass was old when the original Aliens came out. I mean,
yeah.
he's
That would be
still doing this thing, making them movies.
Yeah.
OG.
Isn't it going to be like a TV series?
Yeah, it'll be on Disney Plus, I guess, or maybe it'll be on Hulu because it's more adult.
We're gonna have Happy Hogan direct it.
He's got his hands full. He's got his. They want him to take Kathleen Kennedy's job in like 2 years, so as the head of Star Wars.
That would be great.
A lot of fans are petitioning for that. They think he is more than capable of
He's earned their respect.
protecting this franchise of ours that we love so much.
Yeah, that says something. Because those people it's hard to make them change.
Look how much he had an ongoing, reoccurring role in, was it Rebels or the Clone Wars, that he was a Mandalorian? Do you guys know?
It was probably, it had to have been Clone Wars.
It had to be Clone Wars. He had a reoccurring role in the Clone Wars as a Mandalorian character.
Yeah, I'm currently
Past something.
Again. Yeah, I'm watching it again, and there is a lot of Mandalorians come out. More is like kind of
he was the voice of Rio in Solo. He was part of Beckett's crew. He was Rio.
I liked Rio. It was a shame he went out like he did, being a good pilot and whatnot.
He obviously cares about the franchise. You know, he loves property.
Right.
He doesn't just want to make money out of it. He loves the property.
Yeah. He has a respect for it. He wants to do it right. I liked when Rio was like, "Oh, you got you a woman, huh? Does she have beautiful big teeth and scary claws?" That was what was hot to him. That was sexy.
That was very funny.
Yeah.
Watching the Clone Wars again, man, I keep seeing these characters. Well, I know that the Black Series is trying to give us authentic like different characters, and I don't want them to keep redoing the same characters. I don't want 22 Kylos. And I've come across some characters, like there was this spider-looking cyborg. He was a spider cyborg with 3 arms, but he was almost like an upright bipedal human build. He was amazing.
Would be a neat figure, wouldn't it? If they did
another figure I fell in love with was the adolescent Boba. When he was like running things at a young age, when he was like 13, 14, he was running his own team, and he was like a really good
on
fighter.
Clone Wars. You see a young Boba.
Yeah, Boba's running his own team.
I did not know that.
They're all like pirates, though. They're not. He has nothing to do with the Mandalorians. He's running like a little pirate outfit.
He's his own. He's just a bounty hunter looking to
They're a mercenary team for hire. It's a team, and they're all interesting characters, all of them. But he is the most interesting because he's like the size of a 13-year-old, and he's like whooping butt. It's a really good storyline.
That's awesome.
And his suit is kind of like red, like he has it doesn't have he was wearing another helmet, not the Mandalorian helmet, but it's like it is.
But he is Boba Fett. He is the son of Jango.
It's Boba. It's Boba before he grows up.
That's sick, dude. You're piquing my interest. You're making me want to get into it.
Yeah.
I don't know much about Clone Wars or Rebels.
I've always liked it.
I know that both of those series are beloved by younger generations than us.
Yeah.
And I would like to know why they're so popular. Ahsoka, they're saying Brie Larson, Captain Marvel, is in the runnings to play Ahsoka in a live action.
She's an awesome Jedi apprentice on Clone Wars, and I like Anakin being a good guy.
She's a princess?
No, apprentice.
Apprentice.
She's a Jedi apprentice.
I was going to say another princess like Princess Leia.
No, but she's a badass she's young too. She's like teenage.
Now I seen the feature-length Clone Wars movie.
Yeah, the animated.
That had Yoda. I seen that and I liked it enough, but I didn't love it. I didn't love it. I liked it.
Well, I think the series is better than that.
That's probably why you didn't finish it.
Yeah. This series is a lot better than that movie.
Because I didn't love it, I didn't start the actual TV series.
Damn it. I knew that was going to come back to haunt you.
I need to watch it.
Yeah, I do too.
It's good.
Now that I have Disney Plus, why not take advantage of that?
Yeah.
Well, watch all the Star Wars stuff.
And there's supposed to be new episodes coming, right?
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
air on Cartoon Network, just on Disney Plus.
Because it got canceled, and a lot of people didn't like it because it didn't get a
Prematurely canceled. It was more story to tell.
that's why Rebels came about after, is
I
because
see.
it was, like you said, it was prematurely canceled, and
Yeah.
so it got a lot of backlash for that. So that's why they're taking the time to get an actual proper ending. You know, a lot of cartoons and TV series don't get proper endings. You know, you got to have some kind of.
If the ratings aren't where they need to be, they get the axe.
Yeah.
It seems like Rebels has been a success for Disney since its inception. But I don't know if that one that came out after Rebels did very well. The one they called Resistance.
No, Resistance. No, it didn't.
It was like pilot based. It was like more like focused on the ships and the pilots that fly them.
Because it takes place I think it takes place between Awakens and Last Jedi.
So it's after Force Awakens, but before the events of Last Jedi.
I think so.
Poe is a regular member on that show.
Yeah. And if I'm wrong, I think it's probably after The Last Jedi. Well, it's one of the two. It's in between those, one of those.
Oh, I had some interesting news. Oscar Isaac, the actor that plays Poe Dameron. Oscar Isaac is the reason that Pedro Pascal accepted the role to be Mandalorian.
Really? Are they buddies?
They were doing the movie on Netflix together, the heist movie with Ben Affleck. And he was, and he convinced them, he said, hey, how do you like doing the Star Wars movie? How's it been for your career? Has it messed up? Like Pedro was worried that he was going to be typecast if he took it, because he was in Narcos on Netflix.
Yeah.
And he likes doing adult cinema as well, not just nerdy stuff. So he didn't want to hurt his career. And Oscar Isaac convinced him. He said, look, that hasn't hurt my career at all, being Poe. And he's like, you should definitely do it. And he called Favreau and said, my buddy Oscar said I should do it, so I'll take the role. I saw that in an interview that both of them did together on YouTube with it's one of those ones where you pull a little strip off of the thing and it says what people are Googling about you.
Yeah.
And that's what Pedro's like, if it hadn't been for this man, I wouldn't have taken the role as a Mandalorian.
Oh, that's awesome. No one's ever going to see his face, so. I wouldn't have known it was him, man. He does his voice.
He's a good actor, man. I look forward to looking at stuff he's done that I don't know and whatever he does afterwards, because he's a hell of an actor. I loved him in Game of Thrones. Dave is a big Game of Thrones guy like me. I love this character in game.
They slashed his eyes out, or he went out pretty
Yeah, the Mountain, the biggest guy in the show, and him had this fight to the death. And it looked like Pedro was going to win. Like he had this dude on the ropes.
Yeah.
And he was doing like what happens when you're ahead of somebody. You start to gloat a little earlier than you should. And he turned his attention for one brief second. The Mountain got a hold of him and literally dug his thumbs into each and crushed. It was so graphic, so nasty, so delicious.
The one thing I noticed before I looked up to see who played the Mandalorian, is this guy, the actor, had already had military or combat training for other roles, because he was so natural with his combat abilities in the Mandalorian. You could tell it wasn't his first time.
Yeah. The guy knows a little thing about pulling triggers and punching people in the face.
Throwing some kicks and stuff.
And dodging. But I love how he's not like this untouchable, unstoppable dude.
There's a human quality.
He's gotten his ass handed to him a couple of times so far. We're only 4 episodes in. I mean, he's not unbeatable, but he is tenacious. He does keep getting up.
Yeah.
And that's what matters.
Yep. He's not going to quit. He's my best friend.
Let's change pace. Let's do Dave's Corner.
Dave's Corner.
All right. Since it's been a while since we did an episode of Dave's Corner, there really isn't a whole lot. I'm just going to go with going to re-release here in the coming Tuesday. It's coming Tuesday. So basically, the big thing that's going to be out is Game of Thrones season 8. So that's the main release that I see what's being presented itself.
The final season.
Yes.
Is there a date yet on the entire series yet? As one complete unit? All 8 seasons and one massive collection?
I think that will, yeah. I think that's coming out Tuesday as well. I just now clicked on it.
And that's on 4K and Blu-ray?
From what it looks like, I think it's on Blu-ray. Oh, DVD and Blu-ray for right now. Pretty sure there will be a 4K release eventually. If it's not coming out this week, then
That'd be a good gift for somebody who doesn't have HBO.
Yeah.
But they love fantasy. They love, like, if you love Lord of the Rings and you love Days of Our Lives, because that's what Game of Thrones is.
But
It's Days of Our Lives set in Lord of the Rings.
one Game of Thrones seasons is like friggin' expensive. Can you imagine an 8 season pack?
Oh, it's going to be expensive.
like $200.
You have the price in front of you by chance, David?
I'm looking, but
On Blu-ray?
is
You think a 200 minimum for the
I bet it's
complete
30,
series?
$30 or so at least for the one season. 30,
Yeah.
$40.
like $30 on DVD, and then Blu-ray's like 35, and I'm pretty sure it'd be 40 on 4K. I mean, that's just my guess.
That's just one episode, one season.
Just for one season.
And
And
there's
we
8.
do that. We used to just buy time, like every pay period, we used to buy one season at a time. It was so expensive. We just bought the DVD version, and at that time, it was like $30, I think. 30
For the
$34.
DVDs. We're still, well, Game of Thrones was just one of those money-making franchises that
Yeah.
So it was well
they were
worth it.
going to charge premium rates for premium content.
Exactly. They do have a Phantasm. Watch the old Phantasm films horror franchise. I don't know, Kevin. You're probably familiar with it.
The horror,
Uh,
Phantasm.
We have a Phantasm's sphere collection, and it comes with that ball along with all the movies and stuff. So that'd be a
Nice.
good collected item if you missed out on the first initial release a couple of years ago.
Is that guy that his outfit is like a purple jumpsuit?
No,
He has like a skull ring?
it's that's the Phantasm.
Oh.
The Phantom. I think.
Oh, okay.
Phantom.
Oh, yeah.
I
the
never
Phantom.
got into whatever that guy was
That was
about,
with
but I thought
Billy
that's what
Zane,
y'all were
right?
talking about.
No. The
Wasn't that Billy
Phantasm is a horror franchise that has the tall man, and that's the main.
Never heard of it.
As far as the price goes, for the DVD Blu-ray set for
Mhm.
Game of Thrones series, you can get it on Amazon for $199.99.
$200, just like you guessed.
Yep.
But that is the complete series, seasons 1 through 8, on Blu-ray.
Blu-ray. So I'm pretty sure if you're going to get the DVD, it'll probably be like $50 less. It would be like
It'll be $149. So the 4K would probably be $230-ish.
$230-ish, $250-ish. Give or take.
$250-ish. It'll probably come with something like a prop or something to warrant the
That'd
cost.
be cool.
Box set itself, But I'm pretty sure that later on they'll have other editions. As they like to
The
re-release.
gimmicky ones, like Harry Potter has the
Yeah.
one that comes in the trunk, his trunk, and there's all these different,
But other than that, everything else is basically re-release and stuff from 4K, and all that fun stuff. Let's go and check in theaters. Let's go see what's in the Cinemark. Okay, so what we got playing in the Cinemark in theaters today is we have Frozen 2. I've actually finally watched the first one just the other day.
Oh, did you? What'd you think of it?
And
Did it hold your attention?
It wasn't. I wanted to see what all the hype was about, and plus, with Disney Plus, I said, but
What do you got to lose other than your time?
so, but it was good. Now would I watch?
You liked it?
Yeah, it was good. Will I watch it again? Probably
I
not.
still don't know what it's about. I've yet to watch it.
So it'd probably be something that you want to watch with your kids or something if they're interested.
Yeah.
In stuff.
If I had to, I would watch it.
It's more of a musical than anything.
Yeah.
Being honest, Kevin, have you seen Frozen?
I haven't. Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen it with the family once. I've only seen it once, but I've seen it.
You remember it?
It's not very liked. Like my family doesn't like it. It was interesting. Your basic concept. You got these two sisters, and one was basically cursed.
Yeah.
Do they both have powers or only the curse?
No, just the one. Elsa has the power. She controls snow.
The other one is just normal, no power.
The other one's like got something going on where she could die, or I forget what it is.
She can die as her power.
Her heart gets frozen.
You know, her heart's frozen.
Her heart is frozen.
So much time until her heart freezes over and kills her, so she has to find her one true love. So I won't know who it was. So Harry, you have to watch with the family.
It was Olaf. Olaf the snowman.
So Frozen 2 is out. Knives Out is 2. I'm interested in seeing that.
Boo, Knives Out.
And,
Ray Johnson. I hate him. Even though Daniel Craig's one of my favorite actors, I will not watch that movie because of the director.
Oh, okay. I gotcha. Queen and Slim is out.
Sweet Chewy.
Your modern day Bonnie and Clyde film.
Queen and Slim?
Yep, Queen and Slim. Is
that one of those, what do you call it, urban?
Yeah, it's a urban film.
Okay.
And
that's playing in theaters right now?
Huh?
It's playing in theaters right now?
Yes.
Anyone famous in it?
Not that you would know, no. Ford and Ferrari is still playing.
I want to see that.
And the new Tom Hanks film, A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, is out now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. 21 Bridges with Black Panther. That's out right now.
That doesn't look good to me at all. I have zero interest in that.
21.
He's trying to catch crooked cops in New York.
Midway's still out. Playing with
That
Fire.
looks good. That I want to see, but I can wait for home.
What? Playing with Fire?
No. Midway.
Midway. Okay. That new John Cena film out. Playing with
What's
Fire.
that about? Oh, it's a kids movie, right?
Yeah, like him being a firefighter and stuff.
But it's a kids movie.
Yeah.
I heard he did something. The 64th Man or something like that.
Yeah, I think that's an audio book. I think that's
about being a firefighter, though.
Yeah, I think it's a book, like an audio.
About the California wildfires.
Mm-hmm. No, wait, 64th Man.
It's about military?
No, it's a football story, I think.
Oh.
I think, but just by the advertisements that I've seen, it looks like it's going to be something
sports related.
Sports related, yes. Then you got the new Charlie's Angel.
You know what? They need more women in
it.
Not enough.
Charlie should have been a woman too.
Charlie.
So
Least Dion.
The only remake I would stick with is the one with
Elizabeth Banks was recently casted in something, right? The Invisible Woman or something.
Think so. I think
that's it. The redone of the horror movie Invisible Man, but with a female.
Let's go ahead and redo all the classic vintage.
Delete anything Elizabeth Banks.
And you know what? I liked her. I don't know why she went and did what she did. The snack. I actually
did what she did. She's like, men don't go to movies about women. And they literally show all these different franchises that have done fine with female leads.
Pee Wee Herman did.
Maybe it's Kristen Stewart. She's just, oh, what a cute little Ewok. What do you name that one?
She's done a couple of good ones.
Big Newton.
I'm gonna paint him over and give him like a spot like around his eye and different. Make him calico.
They're hard to find, bud. I've been looking for Ewoks for you.
Well, these like this with no accessories, I get them pretty cheap all the time.
That's
I want to
good.
get a bunch of copies and change their color scheme and make it a village.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be neat.
I still have yet to see your Ewok village, Kevin. So
What?
Dave doesn't believe it's real.
until I see it in
I'm
person,
about to beat you on the head with a tree right now. I need some.
continuing on what's in the theaters, you have Last Christmas, and you got Harriet, Maleficent, Mistress of Evil, Joker. Then you have they have a special with Harry Met Sally 30th anniversary. So
What? Why?
Thanksgiving, Christmas.
I've never watched that movie. Is it good?
It's good to watch once.
I don't, that's,
I never watched When Harry Met Sally.
that's not your cup of tea. Trust me.
Oh, I like Sleepless in Seattle, which is the greatest rom-com of all time.
And You Got Mail. Kinda
Yeah,
same
that's
vibe.
it was a good.
Okay,
Good to
well,
watch in the
and
80s.
I love that Dave Chappelle was his best friend in that one.
Yeah.
well, if you like those, then you probably would like When Harry Met Sally. So moving on to what's playing in the $2 theater. We have Abominable,
Storm.
that animation film, Gemini Man, which I personally liked. I love that movie.
I heard it was good.
Then you have Arctic Dogs, that animation right there.
Arctic Dogs.
Then you have Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
I want to see that. I heard it was really good.
You
That's
got,
Tarantino's 9th movie.
and you have Rambo: Last Blood,
Oh, we have to see that.
and then Ad Astra.
Yeah. No
So that's
thanks.
what's playing in the theaters now.
If I want to go to bed, I'll watch Ad Astra. It's a sleep-inducing movie.
So that's all I got.
What have you watched lately? Let's talk about what you've watched lately. Anything good TV and movie-wise, Kev?
For me, let's see. I've watched so
Outside
much.
of The Mandalorian, speaking of which, shameless plug, we do Mandalorian episode reactions in the corner, one of these corners.
It'll be
Check
up.
it out. But what have you been watching that's not The Mandalorian?
Okay, besides The Mandalorian, I've been watching the original trilogy again.
Okay.
Rick and Morty's taking a week off, but I watched last week's Rick and Morty.
You rewatched the 3 that I've already played.
Right. I've been watching a lot of 60s and 70s claymation Christmas movies.
Oh, yeah.
Seen them all this yesterday and today. What else? A lot of old movies. I've been watching a lot of old movies. I don't know, when the Christmas time comes around, I start getting sentimental about the old stuff, so I start watching all the originals again.
Ain't nothing wrong with that,
Or
man.
not, maybe not originals, but maybe my childhood and up 70s, 80s.
Yeah, man, we were talking earlier today. Your inner child, your inner Christmas kid.
Yeah.
I watched Christmas Vacation on Thanksgiving Day with Sam. That's a tradition that she and I have. I watch it like clockwork on Thanksgiving Day. We watched Christmas Vacation. And we may watch it again before Christmas is over, but on that day, we need to watch it. It's tradition. But recently, I saw Creed 2 on, I don't know what it was on. It was on Hulu. And wow, I was blown away.
Yeah.
I finally saw Creed 2. It was my first time seeing it. And man, did I love that movie. As someone who grew up watching the Rockies with my dad and my brother, and I just love those films. And I thought Creed 1 was really good. I know a lot of people shat on it. I thought it was a good movie. And I thought they upped the ante with this sequel. It was better than 1, which is so rare.
I haven't seen 2 yet.
Dude, it's on Hulu. You need to watch it.
Is it that good?
The son of Drago comes in. And man, it is. I thought those guys did fantastic. The storytelling of Creed 2 is really well done. I loved it.
Especially when you find out what happens with Ivan, you know, and what he's been through.
How things have been for him since he lost to Rocky in Mother Russia. Things have been so great for Drago, for Team Drago, and they're coming back with a vengeance. Another thing I recently seen that you guys have seen when it was new, I saw Shazam yesterday, and it's on HBO. And my wife and I highly enjoyed it. It was I love the pace of it. It wasn't I kind of felt like Aquaman was good. It was fancy. It had good effects, but I kind of felt like it was one of those movies that drug on too long. It had too long of a middle. It was easy to get disengaged. I thought Shazam had a nice smooth pace, and it kept the scenes transition easily, so I didn't get disinterested in it. So it held my attention from start to finish, and I thought it was quite pleasant. I thought it was a good mark for DC. When they do stuff right, they deserve to hear about it, and that movie was done right, in my opinion.
And I like the humor in it too. It's hilarious.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was so funny. You can tell that that's like their homecoming.
Yeah.
But it's that age group.
Where'd you get that?
I got a
You've
couple.
been watching, Dave, besides Mandalorian.
Yeah, Dave.
I've actually been trying to catch up on YouTube videos, when I get a chance. I'm always behind, but I do it on purpose because the simple fact that I just like to kind of stack up a few videos per channel and then kind of binge watch it,
Watch them in succession.
Yeah, it's more enjoyable that way. So that's why it takes me a little later than
YouTube the way you want to, my brother.
And other than that, besides YouTube, I've been watching the Spider-Man animation series.
The one from Fox.
Mm-hmm.
You started that? All right. What season are you on?
Not the 60s, but the ones that came out in the 90s.
Yeah, the one that was on Fox Kids.
Yes.
Yeah. I love that one, dude. I was in middle school when that came out.
Mm-hmm. Both were. And let's see, what else have I seen?
Spider-Man, that radioactive. Our love for Venom. Dave and I are huge Venom fans, and that was my introduction to the character. Was that series? I didn't know who Venom was prior to watching the Fox Kids series, and there's the Fox Kid Venom. Boy, is that the one with the head comes off and Eddie's underneath?
No. I do need to find that one though.
I had that one, loved that one. I used to have a translucent one too. It was the translucent Venom. He was black, but see-through black. There's your gunslinger One Punch Man. Isn't that General Leia's vest?
She don't need it. She retired.
But other than that, besides that, I've been watching the network. I did see the NXT.
Oh yeah. We had a lot of wrestling last weekend.
Yep.
So you actually saw the NXT pay-per-view. I didn't see that, but you saw all of Survivor Series. That I did watch. And then what else? The interview with the Undertaker on the Stone Cold podcast or whatever.
Yes, I watched that too. But now I need to catch the episode or series with when they talk about Hell in a Cell.
Yeah. The debut of Kane.
Yeah.
Glenn Jacobs' debut as Kane. He had already been the dentist character.
You remember one of his first characters?
And he was the fake Diesel, as you brought up several podcasts ago.
That, and also when he wrestled in USWA with Jerry Jarrett's promotion, he was a Pistons creature. So he was decked out all in green.
If you think about it, that first Hell in a Cell, Sean falling from where he did into the announce table was a prelude of what they did with Foley. They just took Foley to the next level by doing it. See, Sean was already dangling, but he was still pretty damn high up. That wasn't no easy, fall from the top rope to a table. No one had fallen that far prior to them doing that. And then they just took it to the next level with his shoving Foley's ass from the top and him landing so violently in that legendary Hell in a Cell that is etched in our minds forever.
Mm-hmm.
How did you enjoy the Taker interview?
I enjoyed it a lot. You know, it was very pleasant to kind of see him and hear him like as a regular person, you know,
Yeah.
not character. And
Yeah.
he was talking about like in the beginning when he did when he first did the Undertaker character, he had to live that character before all this kayfabe stuff came out years prior. You know, or,
Yeah.
you know,
He always wore dark outside of the arenas. He wasn't people person. He didn't approach people if he didn't have to. He was
Yeah.
very to himself. Yeah, yeah. That was a different era in those years. But then again, not everybody was walking around with miniature video cameras on them. So the ability of catching somebody doing something off script and telling and having footage to prove it back then was almost, you know.
yeah, it's not like people had a camcorder with them all the time.
Those guys back in the day, them being on the road, they were really at the mercy of hotel phones and pay phones. And that's how they would check in on their wives, their kids, their mistresses, their manager, Vince. When's the next show? And they would be on the road.
You didn't have
Girlfriend, wife on the side.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, I thought that was an excellent interview, and I can't wait.
I loved it, man. Such a good
see
to
another.
see him, to see the camaraderie between him and Austin, their paths being so similar, and then they obviously deviate to different ways, but their starting points were so similar.
Mm-hmm. And that was a good pick to start that series off. It was with you don't see interviews with Undertaker like that. Never. And,
So candid,
and
so down to earth.
Kind of
that
makes
was
you
a
think
mix
if
up.
Steve Austin wasn't hurt, that he would still be wrestling, possibly. At least.
Oh,
some.
sure.
Mhm.
If it hadn't been for the injury that he has sustained on his spine, Austin could have gone another 5 years easily.
Did y'all hear about CM Punk possibly hitting the ring again?
Yeah, there's a lot of yammering going on that they're trying to build him and somebody for WrestleMania.
Seth Rollins.
Rollins, most likely. Does Rollins deserve it?
Well, whether he does or not, that's the only one I can imagine up in
Can
the
hold.
spotlight enough to put CM with his return.
I don't know. I would love to see AJ versus CM Punk.
AJ, yeah, he's already put his
That would be
dues in,
sick.
but they've
That
kind
would
of
be
laid
sick.
off.
If that, he would probably have more respect for AJ than he does Rollins.
Yeah. But he's not hot right now because they've not done anything with this character.
Well, AJ is deliberately not hot because he's asked for an easier schedule.
Right. Okay.
When he was the main company man, carrying the strap, headlining every show, he was home maybe twice a month tops, and now he wants to be home weekly now. And you know he is doing. You remember that thing I showed you, Kev, on Xbox, the mixer.
Yeah.
AJ has a mixer where he plays.
does he?
He plays on Xbox, on Mixer, and various games. He's a big time video game fanatic. You'll see him. He's a regular on Up, Up, Down, Down. He actually has a vintage video game collection room in his house.
Oh, that's awesome.
Where he's got arcades and old NESs. He's actually got the really rare NES arcade system that has 8-bit games, and you select them but it's in an arcade.
Look at
I
this.
remember when he
forgot.
first appeared on Up Up Down Down. This first very interview when Xavier Woods was asking questions, he basically told me, he said, "This is my first time actually been playing video games with you guys," because he never was a gamer back then, and he wasn't fundamentally sound when it came to video games and stuff. Yeah, I mean, he had the normal, I played it here and there, with friends.
Well, he said his time in Japan is when he really rekindled his love for classic gaming, because he had all these stores in Japan that sold cart games on the cheap. He had so much yen, they were paying him in yen, and he was having to get it converted through the banks and all that, send it to the family in the U.S. But he had so much yen on hand that he was blowing it on rare video games. Like if he was to buy it in U.S., he'd be overpaying to translate the money. So he was buying it while he was there wrestling for New Japan. And he acquired a lot of rare carts, and that's where his love for Heart Basement Gaming came back and he rekindled that love. He's very, very competitive. If you see how mad he gets when he loses to Xavier in anything. It can be Street Fighter 2, it could be a racing game, it could be Mario Kart. I've seen so many different series where, like, the AJ, they call him a controller buster on that show because he breaks the controllers when he loses.
Mhm. I remember how Seth Rollins used to act when he was on there on the regular. He'd be all loud and rambunctious and shit, you know.
Cesaro is a regular on Up, Up, Down, Down. He's on there a lot.
Well, hell, he's not wrestling. You got to be somewhere,
Yeah,
right?
you got to see him somewhere on WWE content. It's not in the ring. That guy's such a phenomenal athlete, too. It's a shame how they use him. Vince just doesn't like him on the mic, though.
Vince still stuck.
He doesn't have to be on the mic. They should just give him a wrestling,
Yeah.
story. Let him wrestle.
Let him wrestle. I love that. Ryback was recently running his mouth on WWE again on his channel, the Ryback YouTube channel. So he does this thing where he answers comments and questions. And someone's like, do you think things will be any better when Triple H is allowed to run the WWE the way he wants to when Vince finally steps down? He's all like, no, Vince. He's like, Triple H is a bigger bullshitter than Vince is. He's like, he would avoid me at all costs when I had to have a meeting with him and blah, blah, blah. They don't treat their employees right and dogging the WWE, dogging it. He was commending that guy for getting released so quickly. The one with the T-shirt, the smiles.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, that's how you get out of the deal, WWE. He's like, in a timely fashion. You got to really stick it to him on social media.
Well, that may be true, but that hurted him in the long run. So,
yeah,
he's not going to go to a major promotion after this. You know, he'll
AEW is not interested in it.
Impact, not interested. Japan.
Has anyone watched any AEW anything? I haven't.
I haven't in a while.
I've only watched highlights for like their pay-per-view.
Jericho is still their champion.
But I haven't watched anything this week. So as far as I know, yeah, he's still the champion. El Champion, or whatever you call him.
A little bubbly. Maybe you are a little Chris Jericho.
Stephen Amell from Arrow, they got their own wine product coming out called A Little Bit of Bubbly.
A little bit of bubbly. He's crazy. Jericho's lost his damn mind in that generation. He really has.
Well, that's what did to you when you leave the WWE.
And you're turned free to do whatever you want. Just do whatever you want. Are you sure?
And he's like, okay, I'm nuts. What do you say? You boys want to call this an episode?
Let's call it.
Thank you guys for ending the break, the hiatus.
We're back.
We're going to aim for next weekend as well at some point.
Episode 13.
13. That's a lucky number, man. Lucky number 13.
I got 13 tattooed on me.
Ooh. Biblical.
It's biblical, sirs.
Romans 13. Thou shalt watch the Mandalorian over and over.
Yes.
Or it could be,
that sucks.
You remember when Taz used to wrestle for the WWE, he had that number 13 as part of his logo?
Yep.
Yeah.
I still think he had one of the dopest entrances, his WWE entrance.
With the towel.
With the towel? Yeah. And the music.
And the jumpsuit.
Didn't they do a thing on the Titantron where it was like a bunch of hymns were walking out? Like,
yeah.
It was like an army of Taz's. They multiplied them.
Is he the original Suplex City?
Oh, yeah. He was the
Mandalorian. Taz is a Mandalorian. The heavy set one. But stout. He'd be a short Mandalorian.
He's like 5'10".
The stormtroopers never hit him because the beams always go over his head.
Taz.
We'll catch you guys later. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, David. We are the Savage Podcast, and this was episode 12.
In the
See
book.
you next time, guys.
Peace.
Peace.
Pew 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 us.
Pew, pew.